Subscribe now and click on the bell icon to never miss learning from Vedantu.
So guys, moving ahead, next, these are a few more examples. Just have a look if you want to. Just have a look. Because sine inverse 0 is 0. No? Sine inverse 0. That is the angle for which sine becomes 0. It is 0. Okay, that is great. Austin, no beta. Yes, Sanmati, if we have to write cos x raised to power minus 1, it will also look like this. Bilkul. It will also look like same. But in this chapter, we are not studying cos raised to power minus 1. We are studying cos inverse x. Okay, guys. Next is tan inverse. Now, as I clearly mentioned, this is very important. So this is principal domain of tan x. You need to remember that, okay? Principal domain of tan x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And clearly, yes, beta, it is open bracket. So tan inverse will be minus infinity to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So that is how tan inverse will be defined. Now when it comes to finding value, exactly similar as we are finding so far. Tan inverse 1, here will be 1. So here will be tan inverse 1. How to think about this? It is that angle for which tan is 1. We know it's pi by 4. Tan inverse of minus 1. Here is minus 1. Here will be tan inverse minus 1. It is that angle for which tan is minus 1. Now when is tan minus 1? Minus pi by 4. You got to understand this thing. Okay. So if now you're comfortable, just tell me tan inverse root 3 will be. Very good. Great, great, great. Very good, very good. But who is saying minus pi by 3? Very good, very good. Beta, this is the graph of tan x only. That is what I told you, beta. We don't use the graph of Austin. You are great, man. Diveshwar, okay. Austin, I'll come back to you. Wait a minute. So tan inverse root 3. We know root 3 will be here. Look, beta, we do not use the graphs of inverse. We find the value of inverse from the graph of trigonometry itself. And that's what we are doing. We are just moving from y to x. Okay. So we will not use the graph of inverse. Never, nowhere. So as if tan inverse root 3 is required, I'll use the graph of y equal to tan x only. It is just we will move from y to x. So it is that angle for which tan is root 3. Now when is tan root 3? Pi by 3. One last question and then I'll be happy if you answer me that correctly. Tan inverse of minus root 3. Yes, Anish. Actually, your question is not correct, beta. We will come to that question when it comes to limits. Here we cannot talk about that. Very good guys. It is minus pi by 3. It is that angle for which tan becomes minus root 3. It is minus pi by 3. Very good guys. Very good guys. Exactly, Mrinank. Exactly. So guys, before I move ahead, just tell me whatever we have done so far. Is it clear to you? Okay guys, so that is great. Everybody is clear with that now. Austin, beta, अभी पढ़ाई करनी है, पढ़ाई कर ले. Okay guys, so moving ahead. Yes, Devesh, I suppose you are right. That is how the graph of tan inverse will look like if you want to just make it from the graph of tan x. Just reflect it about y equal to x. Exactly. But as such, it will not be used anywhere. So not considering it. Next are cosecant inverse, secant inverse, cot inverse. Guys, certainly I know that you will not be that much comfortable with the graph of cosecant and secant, because I understand nobody remembers the graph of cosecant and secant. I don't know why, but they don't like it perhaps. But here it will do even if you don't just take the graphs. I'll be just telling you how to do that. But if you remember the graph, it is somehow bit better. Okay, but even if you don't like, you may just leave the graphs of cosecant and secant. They are not required. First, let me pick cosecant. Important point is the principal domain. Now, this is a principal domain of cosecant. Okay, Nyantra. Minus pi by 2 except 0. And this is close bracket. Okay. For this domain and codomain, my cosecant is bijective, and hence cosecant inverse will be minus infinity minus 1 union 1 infinity से लेकर without taking graph. I'm just explaining how to find value here. Okay, without taking graph. Cosecant inverse 2, cosecant inverse minus 2, cosecant inverse minus 1 by root 2. Okay, now just focus on my words. Cosecant inverse 2. That is the angle for which cosecant is 2. Cosecant is 2, matlab sine is half. And we know sine is half at pi by 6. Cosecant will be 2 when sine is half, as they are reciprocals. So it is pi by 6. Okay, let me come to cosecant inverse minus 2. Cosecant inverse minus 2. It is the angle for which cosecant is minus 2. That is, sine is minus half. We know that angle. Now tell me cosecant inverse minus 1 by root 2. Very good. Rakesh, that is the answer to second one. Tell me the answer for third one. Cosecant inverse minus 1 by root 2. Very good, Nayan. Okay. Very good, Ashay. Very good. Okay. Stop, guys. Stop. Very good, Aditi. Stop. Most of you got confused. Does not exist. शगुन सोच आराम से. Yes. Minus half. You can see it in two ways. Number one, minus half is not in the domain. Minus 1 by root 2 is not in the domain. Okay. Or you may think it as cosecant inverse minus 1 by root 2 is the angle for which cosecant is minus 1 by root 2. That is for which sine is minus root 2. क्या साइन कभी माइनस रूट 2 होता है? नो, नेवर. It is cosecant inverse minus root 2, which is minus pi by 4, which you guys were answering. Yes. Okay, so it is cosecant inverse minus root 2, which is minus pi by 4. So I suppose it is clear now. Very good, guys. Okay. Yes, Deveshwar, you were right. ये मैंने ग्राफ से भी, here I have covered with the graph. After the class, just look at the graph if you want to, but you may skip it as we just did it. Okay, that is completely fine. Next is secant. So for this domain and codomain, it is bijective and hence invertible. समझ गए? Very good. Because secant of pi by 2 is not defined. Secant of pi by 2 is undefined. Right? Secant is 1 by cos pi by 2, that is 1 by 0, undefined. So that is why pi by 2 is excluded. So my inverse will be here to 0 pi to minus pi by 2. Again, Shagun, I leave it. क्या time pass करता तू? Okay, now let me ask you a few questions. Secant inverse 2. Tell me, guys. Very good, very good. Great. माइनस पाई बाय 3 कौन बोला रे? भरती रीचेक. Very good, guys. Very good. So secant inverse 2, it means the angle for which secant is 2. That is cos is half. Now when is cos half? Pi by 3. Okay, guys. Secant inverse minus 2. Very good, Anish. Deveshwar, Niyantra, wrong. Bad, guys. Don't do that. Very good, very good, very good. Austin, thappad mara. Prathamesh, that is bad. Very good. Austin, now that's fine. Very good, Divya. Okay. Now stop, Sakshi, that is completely wrong. Stop now. I got it. You understand that. Very good. Stop. First of all, बेटा, हाँ, शगुन मैं जानता तू क्यों लिख रहा है. Stop, बेटा. Stop. First of all, I'm just making 2-3 points. Every point is important. Just listen carefully. First of all, you need to understand that my outputs will be here. So my answer cannot be minus pi by 3. My answer cannot be minus pi by 3, first of all. Okay, second point. How to think about this? Secant inverse minus 2. That is the angle for which secant is minus 2. That is cos is minus half. And that is something we know very clearly. Cos is minus half at 2 pi by 3. And let me tell you, cos of minus pi by 3 is not minus half. It is cos pi by 3 only. Cos of minus theta and cos of theta are same. Okay, cos of minus theta and cos theta are same. So something we learned here, no? This is very important. Believe me, it is very important. That is why I have made you remember these values in this way. Because for sine, tan, cosecant, my principal domain will be such that I'll be find negative values in pi by 2 to pi. Right? So that is why we have done it in the beginning and we have learnt it that way. So now if we remember just these 2 points, no, we will not be mistaken in finding angles in this complete chapter. Just remember these 2 points. So that is why 2 pi by 3, supplementary of pi by 3. Okay guys, now you tell me this. Secant inverse minus half. Very good. Very good. Great. Okay. Shagun, it's not like that. Let me tell you, 2 students still fell for that. Sajan is the third one. 3 students still fell for that. Beta, it does not exist. Minus half is not in my domain. Rishit, but still I pull it off, beta. 4 students commit mistake in that. So please be careful about that, okay? Okay. So secant, even otherwise, beta, don't be in a hurry, no? Secant inverse minus half is the angle for which secant is minus half. That is cos is minus 2. Cos is never minus 2. Okay, guys. So that was secant inverse. I have given the graph also here if you want to look at it, but you can skip it if you don't want to. Okay. Yes, Anand. Last is cot inverse. For cot, this is my principal domain, 0 to pi open. And that is how the graph of cot looks like. Graph of cot should be there in your mind. It is easy. So that is how the graph of cot looks like. And cot inverse will be minus infinity to 0 to pi. Okay. Now same thing. Cot inverse of 1 will be very good. Yeah, that is simple. Okay, let me do it for you. It is the angle for which cot is 1 and we know that is pi by 4. Completely fine. Okay, now you tell me. Anyantra, you are wrong. Done. Very good, Anand. Very good, guys. Abhijit, you are wrong. Still few are committing mistake. Very good, guys. Very good, guys. Good, guys. Very good, guys. Only 2 or 3 students gave wrong answer. No, everything is fine, Austin. Only 2 or 3 students gave wrong answer. Look, guys. Now stop. Stop now. This is -1. This will be cot inverse -1. Now, how to understand it? It is that angle for which my cot is -1. Cos, cot, secant have same behavior, right? So cot is 1 for pi/4. So it will be -1 for 3 pi/4. Supplementary angle. Supplementary angle. How to think about it? Cot inverse -1. The angle for which cot is -1. Now, cot is 1 for pi/4. So it is -1 for 3 pi/4. Supplementary angle. Okay. So if you understand that, now you tell me this. Okay, Nyantra. Be careful now. -√3. Yes, Deveshwar. Ayush, that is completely wrong. How your answer can be -π/6? -π/6 doesn't even lie here. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, guys. Nirav, I'll be telling that. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. Now, guys, stop. Stop now. Stop. Now, first thing is, students are confused. सर cot theta √3 कब होता था? π/6 पे या π/3 पे? Half are working with this, half are working with this. Beta, you need to remember such values, okay? So first of all, cot theta is √3 for π/6. Okay. Now, the rest of it is very simple. Cot is √3 at π/6. So it will be -√3 at supplementary angle, pi minus π/6. That is nothing but 5 pi/6. Okay, guys. So one thing is pretty sure now that few of you are a bit confused with values from 0 to 90 also, or 0 to π/2 also. Austin, I'll answer that. Just a minute. No, sir, you can think like 10 /6. Deveshwar Sasi Kumar, really you want to say that? That cot is inverse of tan? Really? If at this moment of time you are saying cot is inverse of tan, then I suppose either I should stop teaching or you should just, I don't know what, go to kitchen. I mean, even that is a bigger place for you. Should find even some smaller one. Sasi Kumar, how can you say cot is the inverse of tan? Is tan inverse 1/tan? Do you want that? Do you want to say that? Then what do you mean, Deveshwar Sasi Kumar? Tell me. I meant ulta. So beta, cot inverse 1 by 10 is 10. Do you mean that? Acha, ha, sorry, that's fine. Okay, guys, fine. Reciprocal of cot is 10. You are saying that. Then it's fine. Better than don't use the term inverse, no? Use reciprocal. Why are you using the term inverse? Okay. मैं तो डर गया था भाई. मेरे को तो भी हार्ट अटैक आने वाला था. बच गया मैं. Okay. So, guys, first of all, 0 to pi by 2, 0, pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2. ये values should be like in your mind like anything. Okay, perfectly fine with you होनी चाहिए values ये वाली. Okay, so you do not have to confuse in these values. Now that is the first part of inverse trigonometry. And before I proceed ahead, you just take these points as a result here. Okay, these will be proved when we'll be doing differentiation. So, but for the time being, just keep it in mind. If f is increasing, then f inverse also increases. If f is decreasing, then f inverse also decreases. So, sine inverse, tan inverse are increasing function because sine and tan, this was sine, this was tan. Both are increasing. Try to see up, going up. So sine and tan are increasing functions, so are sine inverse and tan inverse. Wait, beta. Okay. And cos and cot are decreasing. Cos was like this and cot is like this. Both are decreasing, going down, again going down. So their inverse are also decreasing. These 2 points I'll be using after about 2 lectures in the questions of finding range. There, I am pretty sure most of you will forget this. Okay, I'm telling you today only, you're going to forget it. But I'm just hoping that you will remember that sine inverse and tan inverse are increasing, cos inverse, cot inverse are decreasing. Better you will forget, let me tell you, it happens. But still, just telling you. Neerav rehne de beta, you have forgotten. Many of you forget. Maybe so. Okay, before I start the next part, I need to tell you one very important point. That principal domain of, sin x, cosecant x and tan x are almost similar. Oh beta, ruk jao. Vismaya, if I haven't written that, it means there must be something not true there, no? That is why I didn't write that. Try to see all the 3 principal domains are quite close. ओ रुक जा मेरे प्रभु, मेरे को भी कुछ पढ़ाने दे. 2 मिनट रुक जा, तेरे डाउट पे आ जाऊंगा मैं. ठंड नहीं रखते, पेशेंस नहीं है. Okay, Austin, I am here only. Maybe you need to refresh your page. And talking about other. Better no, it's closed bracket only here. And talking about cos x. secant x and cot x. Beta, in tan we have open bracket only. Austin, yes. Principal domain of cos x is 0 to pi closed. Secant, it is 0 to pi closed except pi by 2. And cot is 0 to pi open. Try to see they are of similar nature and they are of similar nature. So this way it is easy to remember. Even in the beginning, here also try to see sine, tan, cosecant are of similar nature. Cos, cot, secant are of similar nature. And here also they are of similar nature. So principal domains are not that difficult to remember. You just need to keep in mind for sine and cos. Okay, sine, cosecant, tan will look alike. Cos, secant, cot will look alike. Okay, Deveshwar. So just I'm giving you this because principal domain will matter a lot in many questions. So please keep these principal domains in mind. So guys, I suppose time is finished. I wanted to do one thing more, but I just cannot. But I cannot give you any much homework today because we haven't done anything. Okay, let me devote 2 minutes and cover one more concept. But it will take time. It will not be covered in 4 minutes. Yes, Dhruv, I have next class. Okay, guys. Minank, you may ask your doubt, beta, anytime. First of all, okay, Shagun. Okay, song भी सुनाता हूँ बेटा. Wait. First of all, you have test on Sunday, I suppose. No, it is not your test. It is 30th April batch. Sorry. So you don't have test. Number one, you can certainly practice functions. No, you don't have test. It was 30th April batch. And second, for inverse trigonometry, you did one thing. Just open up your subjective book, any subjective book, NCERT, R.D. Sharma, any subjective book. There you will get some results. Okay, results of inverse trigonometry. They will be of this form. First will be of the form that sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Okay, there will be 3, 4 of this type. Second will be of the form sine inverse x known yantra plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. There will be 2, 3 of this form. And sine inverse 1 by x. Shagun, no, wait, thank you. No. Cosecant inverse x. 2, 3 of this form. Okay, they will be in continuation. What you have to do is just read them. By that I mean you should be knowing the results as such, just like a formula, and try 1 to 2 examples on each. Okay, Austin, I'm doing that on each. You might not be able to understand, but my point is, if you do that, you will realize that what is the difficulty you are facing while you are doing the questions. No proofs required. No, just read them as a result, as formulae, and try 1 to 2 examples on them, solved examples. So that when in next class I do that, you may appreciate it. Okay, so that is the point we have to understand. Okay, so you just come prepared. एक बार read करके आना है आपने.